Hey guys, Jean here with Rebel Yell Rising, and this is your weekly message for August 6th through 13th. And today, the message is going to be a little different. It's not coming through cards. I received a message that needed to be put out there, so I wrote it down and I'm going to be reading it for you guys. So this is the message. It's as if the last vestiges of your bonds are on. You are releasing the fear that keeps you back from reaching for your destiny. As we approach the energies, or in the energies of this eclipse, you're going to want to return to what you know. And that was sort of the end of the message. The message is that it's like the blinds are almost off, the shackles are almost off. And you can feel it, right? Last week I mentioned like the seal about to pop, almost like a pressure cooker about to like explode. And it's exploding, or it's like on the verge of it. And it can be scary, right, in this transition. So this message came to me when I was listening to, message came through Katy Perry's song, that song, Chained to the Rhythm. And, you know, been listening to it, and then that's when I started to get the message. And it's really about, if you listen to the lyrics, it's about being in this sort of disconnect between our soul and our mind. Okay, I'm sure that's not how she intended it to be understood. I'm sure she wrote or sang the song with the intention of like a social disconnect, right? But the message was coming through to me that it's about to go further. That the song, if you take it from like a soul ego disconnect, there's a disconnect between your soul and your mind, and that, you know, you could be kind of living in this sort of utopia where things are perfect, but it's fake. And it's either perfect because you have the fancy car, the 6-figure, 7-figure job, you know, you have all of the material things that you need, but that you could still feel lacking, and that you could feel lonely because you don't have that inner emotional satisfaction. Another form of being in a utopia, which I think more of us are inclined to be in, is a state of kind of where we're not exactly truthful with ourselves. For example, you know, maybe you know that you deserve to be paid more, or you deserve a promotion, but you say, well, I'm not going to ask for it because they just told us last month that there were budget cuts, so why bother asking? I'm okay, it's fine. Or that you really, really would love, you know, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you know, a serious relationship, and, you know, you're just so focused on work that you're lonely, you need that other person in your life, but you're afraid. You're afraid to put yourself back out there because it's been so long, or because it's just been a series of like, you know, failed dating attempts that you tell yourself and others, oh, I just don't have time to do it right now. It takes so much effort, and, you know, I'm just really focused on my career right now. That's another like state of utopia where you tell yourself and you act to yourself that everything's fine, everything's perfect, but it's not, because inside you're aching for more. And for each of us, that more is something different. And that's what I think the message from Spirit is all about. Like, it's like each of us is, I want to say finally, you know, because we're being pushed along with this energy, is each of us is finally being able to reach out for what we think we deserve and to strive for it. not knowing if we're going to get it or not. That's where the courage is. That's the beauty of it, is that we are reaching for it anyways. And in this time, it can be very treacherous because it can get a little scary. We are going to get afraid, and there's going to be a point where we are going to want to stop and turn around and go back to what we know, go back to our comfort zone, go back to what's easy, right? But that's the point, is, just keep putting that foot forward. Keep putting that foot forward. So another message that I wanted to share with you that I got from, I don't know if you want to call it channeled writing, or I'm not really sure what to call it. But I mentioned earlier that song, Chained to the Rhythm, if you take the lyrics to be about a disconnect between your soul and your ego, balance and harmony is about where they meet and they join, right? That is one form of a union. This other message I have here, I'm going to share this with you guys also because I think it applies to you guys, and I think it would be really good for some of you guys to hear this also. This is about joining in a union between your higher self or your spirit guide. I am going to leave some of this out because it kind of was a little bit personal, but the stuff that I think applies to everybody I'm going to leave in, so just bear with me. So I asked, okay, and first I want to let you guys know, so I'll let you know what my question was, and then I'll let you know what my guide responded with. And okay, so I asked, is this about a union between you and me? And my guide said, do not be afraid. You are safe and perfect. So I asked, what does perfect have anything to do with communicating, collaborating, or joining in union, sacred union with you? And the message for all of us, in order to be perfect, you must see yourself as whole, perfect. You see yourself sitting at a table, shrinking back right now, small, scared of your own strength. And I asked, how do I really become my strength? How do I feel perfect? And the message was, love yourself. And I asked how. It's so much easier said than done. And the message was, there's nothing to be afraid of. That part's personal. Yeah. So the message is that your guides, your higher self, they want to join in a union with you. And that, if you look at the August readings, it's without realizing that's kind of what the point of those readings were, was kind of basically how you can be in communion with your higher self, right? It was guidance from your higher self. And the overall message is that so many of us feel that we're lacking something, right? But Spirit wants us to know that we are perfect as we are, which means that we are worthy and capable of being in a union with our higher selves. We don't need anything. We don't have to practice anything. We don't have to work at anything because we are like perfect, whole, complete as we are. Okay, so those are the message for everybody for this week that I was guided to share with you guys. So I hope you didn't miss the cards too much, and I hope that this reading resonated with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a beautiful week and are flowing with the energy and integrating the energies into your life. Have a beautiful week.